The Cal Ripken League proudly presents this edition of Baltimore Dodgers Baseball, courtesy of MyRadiostream.com. Now, the voice of the Dodgers, Rob Stadnick.
And what a beautiful evening to stay inside, cuddle up with a book, and I want to say listen to some baseball, but we're not 100% sure how far along we're going to get in that, as there's some dark clouds overhead here to begin this ball game. Hopefully we can get it in and won't have a repeat of Monday night where we got through an inning and 2/3 before the sky just opened up and brought the rain, quite literally, with that one. But tonight the Dodgers take on the DC Grays. Currently on the season, the DC Grays coming in with an 11-18 record. The Dodgers 9-18 on the year. Dodgers hold a 2-1 record over the DC Grays and hoping to finish off this season with a series victory over the team from the South Division. Before today's game, I got a chance to talk with one of the relief pitchers, Tyler Fellner. Fellner has pitched in 2 games of the 3 so far against the Grays. He didn't fare so well in the first game, but he did turn things around in his second game, and I did talk to him about his shaky start, and this is what he had to say. Tyler, you gave up 9 runs in your first 2 outings this summer, but just 1 in your last 4. What can you attribute to that turnaround?
Fixing my mechanics and getting more movement on the ball, and also changing up and throwing more off-speed pitches and not focusing mainly on fastballs.
Is there a specific pitch that you felt that's really been key for that?
My cutter, I can place on the inside part of the plate, outside part of the plate. I wasn't throwing it a lot my first 2 starts, and been using it a lot more out of the bullpen.
And you kind of lead me into the next question. The first 2 games of the season were as a starter, and then the last 4 have come out of the bullpen. How different is it preparing to come out of the pen versus preparing to start the game?
When you're starting a game, you know you're going to be in there. You know when you're going in. You're going to have to usually face more than one hitter multiple times. Coming out of the pen, you just got to be ready, know the situation, and pitch to the situation.
Now, do you feel one suits you better, starter or reliever?
I wouldn't say either one suits me better. Right now, I feel like I'm better out of the bullpen. You asked me that question a year ago, I would have said the opposite.
All right, now you've pitched in 2 out of the 3 games that we've played against the Grays. You got the loss the first time, you got the win the last time you came in. Do you feel, or how do you feel that gives you an advantage coming in against these guys this time?
Just how throwing my first start against them, I threw a lot more fastballs and kind of got hit around a little bit more. The second time, threw very few fastballs and more cutters, and were able to get them to ground out, weak pop-ups. So,
is there any particular batter in their lineup that you maybe want to pitch a little more carefully to?
They're 3 and 4 hitters. I mean, every 3 and 4 hitters in everybody's lineup have a lot of power. So I just kind of want to stay on the outside part of the plate, so try and make them go the opposite way. A lot of power hitters don't really like going opposite field. They like the inside pitches and try and drive them over the fence.
Now, this is your second season here with the Dodgers. What kind of differences have you noticed between last year and this year?
This year, I feel we are a lot. Last 2 games we haven't been hitting very well, but I feel like we're a more powerful team. We hit better than we were last year. Last year's team was also pretty good. We could hit as well and throw, but I feel like this year is just a little bit better than last year.
And how do you think your 2 seasons here with the Dodgers and the Cal Ripken League, how do you think that's helped you with, got anything in particular that you've improved on, or how do you think it helped you going back into school for next year?
Going into school, I think it helps me a lot because I play at Division III school, and here playing against Division I kids, NAI, JUCO, Division II and III. So just, I think, better competition. So when I get back to school, I'm ready for it.
All right, and you guys are 4 games out of the last wild card spot right now. You got about, I think it's 13 games left to go. This is game number 28.
what do you guys have to do as a team to just kind of scratch and claw and get your way back into that wild card chase?
I think we have to keep doing what we're doing. We have to keep getting some more runs. Pitching needs to keep doing well. Try and steal some bases. Do what we have to do, manufacture runs in close games.
All right, well, Tyler, thank you very much, and good luck out there.
Thank you.
And that was Tyler Fellner before today's ball game. Like I said, you might have heard him talk about not hitting so well in the last few ball games. Dodgers put up 9 runs Monday night against the Vienna River Dogs. They won the first ball game of what was supposed to be a doubleheader. That game here at Joe Cannon Stadium. And then I mentioned an inning and a half, or an inning and 2/3 into the ball game, the skies just absolutely opened up and started to rain. From that point on, from that 9 runs they scored, they have scored a grand total of 0 runs in their last 3 ball games. That encompasses Tuesday and yesterday. Tuesday they had a doubleheader. They actually finished that game that ended because of the rain on Monday night. They finished that Tuesday night and had a regularly scheduled game in Vienna. They did not score any runs in either of those 2 ball games, and then they lost a 5-inning game, a rain-shortened game down in Bethesda last night. So they've played a total of 19 innings so far, or in the last 2 days, and have yet to push a run across the board. And they are one of the lower-scoring teams in the league. As a matter of fact, they just crossed that 100-run threshold on Monday night. And they are the 4th lowest scoring team in the league. So not putting up a lot of runs. Usually what we got to see is our pitching has to keep us in ball games and be able to squeak out a few extra runs towards the end of the ball game. And today's matchup, as mentioned, against the DC Grays. DC Grays coming in for the 4th and final ball game. And some injury news. We actually don't have any injury news. A good job done by Pivot Physical Therapy. They're in charge of treating the players that are here, both for the Dodgers and the away team out here at Joe Cannon Stadium. We're here. The wind is definitely picking up. Again, the skies are not too pleasant as far as what you would want for baseball. Dark clouds, lots of wind. Definitely looks like a lot of rain will be coming, and it is being forecast as well. So we're definitely hoping we can get this ball game in. We'll see what happens there. Now I'll go ahead and give you the starting lineups first for the DC Grays. The Grays start off with their center fielder, Brian Bacor, and then they follow up with their right fielder, Harrison Bruce. Kurt Sinnen, the first baseman, bats third. Colton Shaver, the catcher, batting fourth. Shaver was elected to the College Home Run Derby that took place on July the 2nd. Unfortunately for Colton, he was unable to get out of the first round, hit 7 home runs in that first round. And that was not enough to advance past that first round. The winner of that was from North Dakota, Jeff Campbell. He won that home run derby. The umpires now making their way towards home plate for the ground rules and the exchange of lineups. We'll continue along with the Grays lineup for tonight. Quinn Carpenter, he's the pitcher, and that's the first time we've seen that this season. He's hit in a number of games already. Carpenter making his 14th appearance. Will be making his 14th appearance at the plate. He has 45 at-bats on the year, so he's a pitcher that definitely likes to get to the plate, and his manager certainly allows him to do that. Manager Reggie Terry allowing his pitcher Quinn Carpenter to bat, and the rain just starting to pour on Reggie Terry and the umpires, and you might be able to hear it in the bullpen from the Dodgers left field line coming running to the dugout, as is the DC Grays bullpen running to the dugout as well. And getting a pretty good kick out of it is Keith Henry, our PA announcer, as this rain is absolutely coming down. We'll see how long this field can hold this much rain, because it it's bad, ladies and gentlemen. It is absolutely pouring. It's buckets, absolute buckets. Real quick, I'm going to finish up the two lineups for you. The next, after Quinn Carpenter, the pitcher, batting number 6, Drew Reed, the shortstop, batting 7, Kiefer Rawlings, the third baseman, batting 8th, Lamar Briggs, the left fielder, and Mike Caputo, the second baseman, is batting 9th. And now the Baltimore Dodgers starting lineup brought to you by Planet Fitness.
Batting first.
Evan Mendoza, shortstop, North Carolina State University.
Batting second.
Colin Dyer, designated hitter, Towson University.
Batting third.
Mike Matuszewski, right field, Eastern Michigan University.
Batting fourth.
Brendan Williams, first base, Eastern Michigan University.
Batting fifth.
Brandon Smith, third baseman, University of Maryland.
Batting sixth.
Johnny Stevenson, catcher, Claflin University.
Batting seventh.
Chad Weibel, left field, Cal State Fullerton.
Batting eighth.
Ben Bomberger, center field, Hartford Junior College.
Batting ninth.
Jake Bernstein, second base, Georgetown University.
And pitching for the Dodgers,
Jamarcus George, left-handed pitcher, Southern University.
And we'll see if all that is needed, if those guys actually do get to take the field today, as the rain just absolutely started to pour. And the field already looks like, if you've ever been to a Major League Baseball game, you know how they take the hose out on the field and wet the entire infield, and it looks nice and dark brown, and you get nice true hops off of it. Well, here at Joe Cannon Stadium, they don't do that before every ball game. It's quite a chore, and considering there's only like 1 or 2 grounds crew on at a time, it's kind of difficult to do. So the dirt is usually pretty dry, and but now it looks like it has been wetted down in just 2 minutes. It looks like it was been wetted down by a grounds crew, and it is still raining here. It's not as hard as it was a couple minutes ago, but it's still pretty steady. So we'll see how long this field, like I said, can hold this water, and I'm not too optimistic about it. And, just everyone's luck. You get here, you get ready for the game. The umpires are out there starting their meeting to get the starting lineups. And this is the time where I'd be sending you to the national anthem. But we're not going to be doing the national anthem until this rain stops, if at all. So please just stay tuned with us. And we should be back once the field is ready for play, if it does get there, if the rain does let up. In the meantime, if you wouldn't mind just listening to this little musical interlude I'm going to give to you. That's it's the same thing everybody here at the stadium's hearing. So hopefully you enjoy, and hopefully we have some baseball shortly. Thank you. You're listening to Baltimore Dodgers baseball. As you can hear, the starting lineups being introduced for the DC Grays currently. And the meeting that was quickly interrupted by rain is currently taking place with manager Derek Brown and manager Reggie Terry of the DC Grays speaking with the umpires. Rob Sargent will be your home plate umpire. The 2 field umpires, for lack of a better term, sorry about that. For lack of a better term, first base umpire Tony Chiara and third base umpire David Snyder.
You're listening to Baltimore Dodgers baseball.
Yes, you are. And they will move around quite a bit. If you've ever seen a minor league game or any kind of travel game or anything like that, you'll know that the umpires move around. They don't stay at their bases. But basically that's how we're going to list them. First base umpire, third base umpire. Just so you know who's making the calls. The Dodgers now being introduced. We'll go through the standings for you here right now, as in the South Division that the DC Grays are in. Grays in the bottom of the South Division. The leader of that division is the Big Train there at 20-7. The Vienna River Dogs 13-10, 5 games back of the Big Train. The Herndon Braves 11-2, 7 games back, and the Alexandria Aces 8 games back. The aforementioned Grays 11-18 are 10 games back. The North Division leading Redbirds are also 20-7 to go along with the Bethesda Big Train. The Thunderbolts are 14-10, 4.5 back. The Express 12-14, 7.5 back. The Dodgers then are 11 back, 9-18 on the year. The Giants bringing up the bottom of the division, 7-18 at 12 games back. And now a quick look at the wild card standings. The Dodgers, if you listen to the interview with Tyler Fellner, they have a bit of a way to go, as the Herndon Braves are in the first wild card spot. They have a game up on the Aces of Alexandria. And then the Express are half game behind the Aces. So those three teams are right now the three teams that are kind of fighting for those two wild card spots. The next team in line, the DC Grays, they're 3 games back of the Aces. And then the Dodgers are a game back of the Grays, being 4 games back total. And the Giants bringing up the rear at 5 games back. So just 5 games separating the second wildcard spot and the last place team, but with just about 13 games left to go, it's going to take some doing. And we're going to turn you over to Keith Henry and the national anthem. And we're finally ready for baseball here, as the Dodgers now on the field taking their positions. The starting pitcher for your Baltimore Dodgers, Jamarcus George, looking to get the game ball from the home plate umpire. The umpire's having a conversation with Dodger catcher Jonathan Stevenson. Jamarcus is out of the Southern University, and we're getting some field work done to the batter's boxes, raking some dirt into the right-hander's batter's box right now, and a little bit of raking to be done in front of home plate. And as I mentioned, Jamarcus George out of Southern University appeared in 10 games for them this year, pitching 41 innings and had a 6.37 ERA. He's making his first start here tonight in the Cal Ripken League for the Dodgers this season. He's 1-0. He got that win in relief. He's pitched in 4 other ball games. This is his 5th appearance. He's not gone more than 3 innings in a ball game. That was at the Redbirds back on June the 22nd. He only gave up 1 run in that ball game, and only 2 earned runs so far this year, and it's good for a 2.47 ERA. Hitters hitting just hitting 333 off of him, so he's gonna obviously, if he's gonna want to stay in the game, he's gonna have to improve on that. But coming out of the bullpen and not pitching very many innings, he doesn't have a huge body of work. So hopefully Jamarcus can retire some batters and get the Dodgers, keep them close and win these games. The 2 victories that the Dodgers had over the Grays, they scored 3 runs in each of those ball games. One of them you might remember is a 12-inning ball game, won on a walk-off walk by Brandon Smith. That game, the starting pitcher, actually a classmate of Jamarcus George, Harold Miles, went 9 innings and didn't get the complete game. And that was the game that Tyler Fellner won. Again, if you listened to the pregame show and you heard the interview with Tyler, that was his win on the season against the DC Grays. When he came in to finish off the ball game after Miles went 9 strong, and he just came in, basically pitched the last 2. The Dodgers got the walk-off win, and he came away with the victory in that one. And now let's go around the infield for you so you can just get an idea of where everybody's playing. Your battery is Jamarcus George and Johnny Stevenson. Going right to left, first baseman Brennan Williams. Second baseman is Jake Bernstein. Shortstop Evan Mendoza. And the third baseman is Brandon Smith. In left field, Chad Bible. Center field is Ben Bomberger. And in right field, Mike Metashevsky. And the warm-up pitches are complete. Johnny Stevenson out to speak with Jamarcus George, and now he'll come back behind home plate and set to face off against Brian Bacour. Bacour's played in 24 of the 29 games. There's a bit of a delay here, as I guess the home plate umpires I see on the DC Gray's side, there's a little chair that was outside the dugout. They're putting that into the dugout. I don't know if maybe that's what it was. Bakor squares to bunt and pulls back and takes the pitch down in the dirt. Bakor, as I mentioned, playing in 24 of 29 games for the Grays as he swings and fouls off the 1-0 pitch. So even in the count, a ball and a strike. Bakor, a right-handed hitter against George, a left-handed pitcher. Bakor from Washington College awaits the 1-1, swings and hits a looper towards second base. Bernstein gets the in-between hop, knocks it down, and the throw to first is not in time. As a bit of a mistake there by Jake Bernstein. He let that little looping liner come and give him an in-between hop rather than charging it and maybe catching it in the air or trying to get the short hop in. He knocked it down, the throw to first, not in time as the leadoff hitter was hustling down that line.
Number 20.
Next batter coming to the plate, Harrison Bruce, the right fielder. Bakor on the year over at first base.
Number 20.
5 steals in 6 attempts. Neither of these teams run a whole lot. The throw over is late as Bakor slides back in safely. Neither of these teams run a whole lot. And as a matter of fact, the DC Grays have only attempted 1 stolen base this season against the Dodgers in 3 games. A square by the batter Bruce, and he fouls that one back to the screen. Actually froze when the ball came in and just fouled it straight back to the screen. Teams, both DC and the Dodgers, in the middle of the pack when it comes to stolen bases. Third baseman Brandon Smith now in on the grass, the middle infield at double play depth. The throw over to first base is not in time as Bakor gets back safely. Bruce, a left-handed hitter, awaits the 0-1. That one misses the outside corner. And that'll even the count at a ball and a strike. It's just the second game for Harrison Bruce this summer. And the 1-1 to him. That one swung and hit on the ground to Brandon Smith. He's up with it. He had to check it. And the throw is wide of Bernstein at second base. And Bernstein can't keep his foot on the bag. And that's going to be an error on Brandon Smith as that ball short hopped him. That ball short hopped him, and he tried to rush the throw and pulled
First baseman from Old Dominion, number 14.
Pulled Jake Bernstein off the bag. So the error will be charged to Brandon Smith, and that allows the runner to reach second base. Harrison Bruce reaches first base on a fielder's choice. Next batter to the plate, Kurt Sinnen. He squares and pulls back and takes the ball up high. Sinnen is currently the league leader in batting average, hitting .352 on the year. We always seem to get the current league leader in batting average as he fouls back the 1-0 pitch on the bunt attempt. Again, Brandon Smith in middle infield at double play depth. When we played the Braves, Andy Maccabee was the leading hitter. He was hitting .400, and you see we got a 50-point drop in now the leading hitter, so Maccabee must be struggling at the plate. And now the set by George, an early square by Sinnen, and he drops one down. George picks it up, and he's going to have to go to first with it, and he makes the play for out number 1. And both runners will move up on the play. Brian Bakor gets the third. Harrison Bruce now at second base with just one away. And Colton Shaver, the catcher, coming to the plate. Shaver's a right-handed hitter, and as I mentioned, before the ball game, Shaver was a participant in the college home run derby, which is quite an honor, and he swings and misses the first pitch in the dirt. So George getting ahead of him. No balls and a strike. Shaver without a home run this season in the Cal Ripken League, does have 4 doubles as he waits the 0-1. That one swung on a hit in the air to left field. Bible going back on it, and he'll make the catch. Tagging coming in from third base is Brian Bacor, and he's going to score. And the DC Grays take a 1-0 lead as holding at second base was Harrison Bruce. Shaver getting the RBI on the sacrifice fly.
A designated hitter and pitcher from Texas Tech, number 35, Quinn Carpenter.
Next batter coming to the plate, Quinn Carpenter. He's the pitcher, right-handed batter, standing with a slightly open stance, a very upright stance, takes the first pitch up high for a ball. Carpenter 6'5", out of Texas Tech. He'll be a senior this upcoming year. Runner at second base and 2 outs. Runner is Harrison Bruce. He reached on a fielder's choice. The 1-0 pitch on the way to Carpenter is outside. Jamarcus George down in the count, 2 balls and no strikes. Again, not something you see every day in the Cal Ripken League, or at least we haven't seen it much this year, is the pitcher hitting for himself. Usually they make use of that DH as the 2-2 pitch is taken, or the 2-0 pitch is taken high, and Carpenter way ahead in the count now, 3 balls and no strikes. George will come set, and he'll deliver the 3-0. That one in there for a strike. George, unlike a lot of pitchers, works from the center of the rubber. You usually see most pitchers either on one side or the other, just kind of give them an angle to the plate as the 3-1 pitch catches the inside corner at the knees, and that'll run the count full. Again, runner on second base, Harrison Bruce. He reached on a fielder's choice, 2 away. Quinn Carpenter, the batter. Right-handed hitter facing off against Jamarcus George, and George pulls one there and puts it in the dirt. And down to first base with a 2-out walk is Quinn Carpenter. And that'll bring shortstop Drew Reed to the plate. Drew Reed playing in his 19th game. Right-handed hitter. With a chance to give the Grays a 2-0 lead here with a base hit. First pitch to him. Swung on a hit in the air to right field. That's going to get down for extra bases. Coming in to score is Harrison Bruce. Carpenter is going to be held up at third, and into second base with an RBI double is Drew Reed. And the DC Grays now ahead 2-0. As Reed didn't hit that one particularly hard, just kind of served it down the line in right field, just too far for Metashevsky to get over to.
From Bucknell, number 18.
And just because it took so long to get to, Reed was able to get into second base with the double, and Carpenter did have to be held at third. Next batter coming to the plate is Kiefer Rawlings. He'll square and he'll drop a bunt down. Interesting play there with a runner on third base and 2 away. But it does roll foul. So he'll be down on the count, no balls and a strike. Runners at second and third with 2 away. The Dodgers already trail by a score of 2-0. Rawlings, a right-handed hitter. George comes set and delivers. That one misses the inside corner and just misses Rawlings as well. Even the count at a ball and a strike. Rawlings, a native of Bel Air, Maryland. 1-1 to him. That one right down the middle for strike two. 1 ball in, 2 strikes. George looking to work his way out of this inning with minimal damage. As the 1-2 pitch on the way, that one in the dirt and not offered at by Rawlings. Rawlings out of Bucknell University appeared in 7 ball games for them, hit .214 this year. His parents, at least his mother is local. She played field hockey at Towson University, so athletics running in the family. 2-2 pitch is up high. And father, also local, also was an athlete playing football at both Towson and Salisbury, so definitely in the bloodline for Rawlings. And he takes time out and steps out as he wants to think about what kind of pitch George is going to come up with this 3-2 count on the way. That one misses the outside corner, and the bases will be loaded with 2 away, and Lamar Briggs now coming to the plate. Carpenter, the runner at third. He walked. Drew Reed doubled in a run. And Kiefer Rawlings also walked. And that's where we got the loaded bases from. Now George going to the stretch, delivers the first pitch to Briggs, and that one gets in there for a strike. Sun starting to come out now as those dark clouds certainly were not promising, but it looks like maybe we'll get this whole game in after all as the 0-1 pitch drifts outside, and that'll even account at a ball and a strike. Briggs is a right-handed hitter. Fairly wide and slightly open stance, and just gets out of the way of the 1-1 pitch, and he's going to take a few steps towards the first base as he claims that one hit him, but home plate umpire Rob Sargent says, nope, you're going to have to hit to get on, Mr. Briggs. And Mr. Sargent is trying to wipe the plate, but looks like it's not coming off very well. So a 2-ball, 1-strike count on the DC Grays left fielder. George will deliver, and now ahead in the count, 3 balls and 1 strike. So nowhere to put him for Jamarcus George. He's going to have to come in. Briggs should get a good pitch to hit, and he doesn't as that one misses up and away. And walking in a run is Jamarcus George as Quinn Carpenter comes in from third base. Johnny Stevenson out to talk to his pitcher. That'll bring Mike Caputo to the plate. George does have a bit of a propensity to walk batters, as in his 7 1/3 innings of work, he has allowed 6 walks, and now at this point, 8 innings of work, 8 total, and 3 more walks here today as Mike Caputo lines one into right field for a base hit. Coming in to score is Drew Reed, and holding at third base is Kiefer Rawlings. And the bases will remain loaded as Mike Caputo drives in the 4th run of the ball game for the DC Grays. And that'll bring the top of the order back to the plate.
Number 8,
Brian Bacor. He singled his first time up. All these runs in this inning are unearned at this point. The first pitch to Bakor is up and away. If you remember, Bakor should have been forced out, as Coach Derek Brown now coming to speak with his left-hander. Bakor should have been forced out on a ground ball to Brandon Smith, and that would have been the first out of the inning. So that put a runner at second base, which should have been an out. It actually put runners at first and second. And then Kurt Sinnen bunted them over. That's the second out of the inning. And the next batter to the plate, Colton Shaver, hit a fly ball to left for the sacrifice fly. That would have been the third out of the inning, and no runs would have scored. Of course, maybe they don't run the sacrifice bunt, but still, in the rules of baseball, that means every run scored hereafter will not be an earned run. So 4 runs currently in for the DC Grays, and not one of them is earned, as the 1-0 pitch on the way to Bakor misses a little bit high. Struggling is Jamarcus George, finding his location right now. It's the 2-0. That one misses high as well, so in danger of walking in another run. And he'll wind and deliver the 3-0, and that one will hit the outside corner for a strike. All right, now getting confirmation from the home plate umpires. I'm looking out at the scoreboard. It says 2-1, but the home plate umpire just says 3-1, and the 3-1 pitch misses outside, and Bakor will head down to first base with an RBI walk. It's coming in from third is Kiefer Rawlings, 5-0 here in the first inning for the DC Grays.
The right fielder, number 20, Harrison Bruce.
Next batter coming to the plate, Harrison Bruce. Bruce hit that ground ball to Brandon Smith, his first time up this inning. Takes a breaking ball in there for a strike. Again, Bruce, a left-handed hitter against the lefty George. And another breaking ball. That one catches the corner as well. And Bruce shaking his head. I don't think he agreed with that one. Bases full of Grays. Already with a 5-0 lead. The 0-2 swung on and fouled off at the plate. Another breaking ball. As Jamarcus said, it worked once. It worked twice. Let's see if it'll work again. But just getting a piece of that one was Harrison Bruce. Bruce standing in with a slightly open stance, chance to drive in a couple or a whole bunch depending on where he hits it. And the 0-2 is spiked in the dirt into the opposite batter's box, gets all the way to the backstop. And coming in to score from third base is Lamar Briggs. And 6-0 as everybody else moves up a base. Grays padding their already sizable lead. As I mentioned, the Dodgers in their 2 victories over the Grays scored just 3 runs, and they haven't scored a run in the last 19 innings. As the 1-2 pitch swung on and chopped down the first baseline. George over to pick it up. He'll make the throw to first, and nice catch there by Brennan Williams, as that throw almost pulled Brennan Williams off the bag, but he's able to hold it there. And that's going to do it for the Grays in the top half of the first. But they get 6, and every single one of those was actually unearned. Unfortunate for the Dodgers because they could have been out of that inning early. But Dodgers coming to bat in the bottom of the first. They trail 6-0. You're listening to Baltimore Dodgers baseball. And the Dodgers coming to bat in the bottom of the first inning. Evan Mendoza, the leadoff hitter for the Dodgers. The Fielding alignment for the DC Grays. Carpenter's the pitcher, Colton Shaver the catcher. Sinnen at first base, Caputo at second. Reed at short, Rawlings at third. In the outfield, left to right, Briggs, Bacor, and Bruce. As the first pitch on the way to Mendoza, he hits a chopper to third base. Up with it is Rawlings, and his throw is high. And I don't know if it was going to get him anyways. He had to range deep into the hole. And a tag put on by Sinnen at first base just to check to see if Mendoza made a turn to second. He did not. So Mendoza will be on first base with, well, they're going to give him an error on that. As Rawlings had to go deep into the hole, made a spinning throw, and overthrew the first baseman, Sinnen. I don't know if Mendoza would. I think Mendoza, it would have been a close play at first. Mendoza might have beaten that out, but they're going to give him an error. So Mendoza on first base on an error from the third baseman, Rawlings. The next batter coming to the plate, Colin Dyer, the designated hitter.
Colin Dyer.
Dyer, right-handed hitter, facing Quinn Carpenter, the right-handed pitcher. Carpenter will set and deliver the 0-1. It hits the dirt, and it's blocked by Shaver. Gets away from him a little bit, but Mendoza holds his ground. And that'll even the count at a ball and a strike to the Dodger DH. Carpenter working from the third base side of the rubber. Middle infield for the Grays at double play depth. He's set at the belt. And he'll deliver. That one missing the inside corner. So Dyer heading the count, 2 balls and a strike. Dodgers having quite a bit of work to do. Can't think about getting it all back at one time. Just got to look to chip away. As we saw a couple games ago, the 2-1 pitch misses down and away. 3 balls and a strike to Dyer. We saw a couple games ago the Dodgers had a 10-1 lead, and just the Braves just chipped away and finally overtook the Dodgers for the victory. As Dyer swings and misses at the 3-1. That one might have been a little bit high. And they'll run the count full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. We'll see if they send Mendoza here, as Dyer doesn't strike out a whole lot. He's not going, and the pitch is outside, so the Dodgers in business with the first 2 runners of the ball game on base. And Michael Metashevsky coming to the plate.
Right fielder from Eastern Michigan University, number 21, Michael Metashevsky.
Metashevsky, right-handed hitter, the leader in the league in doubles with 12 doubles. The next closest player has 9. Metashevsky takes the first pitch up for a ball. Mike was named the Offensive Player of the Week for the Cal Ripken League on June 28th. 1-0 pitch, he misses. Oh, sorry, that one catches the outside corner. He's the Offensive Player of the Week, went .440, 3 doubles, 2 home runs, and drove in 6 runners. So looking to continue that streak, as he had a 8-game hitting streak broken in last night's ball game. But he has hit safely in 10 of 12. Correction, that's 12 of 14. He fouls off the 1-1 pitch. And now down in the count, a ball and 2 strikes. Runner at second base is Mendoza. He reached on an error. Colin Dyer at first, he walked. Dodgers trail 6-0. They said the sun out, the shadows getting long. 1-2 pitch on the way. That one missing the outside corner. That'll even the count, 2 balls and 2 strikes. The sun coming in from the third base side. It actually goes straight across the field, the shadows do. Medashevsky, right-handed hitter, will face the 2-2. He'll hit one on the ground to second. Caputo up with it, the flip to Reed, and the throw to first is in time to get Medashevsky. He hits into the 4-6-3 double play. And the Dodgers now 2 away with Mendoza going to third base. And Brennan Williams now coming to the plate.
The first baseman from Eastern Michigan University, number 27, Brennan Williams.
And timeout called at the plate as I think there's some discussion about the umpiring at home plate as he looks into the Dodgers dugout and says, that's enough. If you want to stay in the game, just stop it. As I guess some players and or coaches not happy with the first strike to Medashevsky, which definitely appeared to be off the plate outside. The first pitch on the way to Williams is inside and in the dirt. So 1 ball, no strikes. The count on the Dodger first baseman. 1-0 on the way. That one will miss the outside corner. Williams, the team leader for the Dodgers in hitting, batting .350. As the 2-0 catches the middle of the plate, and taking all the way was Williams. Williams playing in his 14th ball game. Spoke with his classmate Medashevsky. He and Medashevsky both go to Eastern Michigan. It's the 2-1 pitches fouled back. And I was talking to Medashevsky about Williams being the leading hitter on the team, and Medashevsky told me, well, he's only had 40 at bats. Medashevsky, on the other hand, with 98. So a little bit of rivalry there, and Medashevsky taking pride in the fact that he does hit so many extra base hits as Williams swings and misses at the 2-2 and goes down, and as do the Dodgers. In the bottom of the first, they're unable to push a run across, so they trail 6-0. We're going to the top of the second. You're listening to Baltimore Dodgers baseball. Dodgers trail 6-0 as the DC Grays coming to bat in the top of the second inning. Grays will send Kurt Sinnen, Colton Shaver, and Quinn Carpenter to the plate.
Number 14, Kurt Sinnen.
Kurt Sinnen out of Old Dominion University. Left-hand hitter laid down a sac bunt in his first attempt, or his first at bat, or first plate appearance. It's not an at bat as Jamarcus George misses the outside corner with the first pitch. George threw 38 pitches in that first inning. So 1-0. That one misses the outside corner as well, and it's too bad because, as mentioned before, they could have been out of that inning without giving up a run. Instead, George had to throw a whole lot of extra pitches. The 2-0 pitch swung on, hit on the ground to Bernstein. He bobbles it, but picks it up and gets the out anyway. Bernstein taking a quick walk out into right field. I think maybe a little upset with himself that he didn't pick that one up cleanly. But he was able to get the out, so that is the important thing. Colton Shaver now coming to the plate. He flew out to left, but it was a sacrifice fly, so doesn't count as at bat. The first pitch to him misses well outside. Shaver out of Brigham Young awaits the 1-0. That one misses the outside corner as well. And 2 balls and no strikes to the Grays cleanup hitter. Shaver batting .300 on the season, waits 2-0 and fouls that one back. So 2-1 the count on the right-handed hitting catcher. Dodgers playing him pretty much center out in the outfield, giving him both lines. The 2-1 pitch on the way. Swung on a hit in the air out behind second base, out behind the second baseman Bernstein. He goes out and makes the catch for out number 2. And that will bring Quinn Carpenter to the plate. Carpenter walked in his previous plate appearance.
The designated hitter and pitcher from Texas Tech, number 35, Quinn.
Again, Quinn Carpenter batting for himself. He waits the first pitch from George, and that one misses way outside. George still having some issues. He's getting a lot of these pitches are kind of leaking out. As a left-handed pitcher over to the right-handed or left-handed hitter's batter's box as Quinn swings at the 1-0 and hits it high in the air over towards the second baseman Bernstein. He gets under it and makes the catch for the third out of the inning, and down in order go the Grays. So they're unable to increase their lead. They're still up 6-0. You're listening to Baltimore Dodgers baseball. The Dodgers coming to bat in the bottom of the second inning, trailing DC Grays by a score of 6-0. Brandon Smith, Johnny Stevenson, and Chad Bible coming to the plate.
Brandon Smith.
Brandon Smith, a right-handed hitter from University of Maryland. Smith in his 25th game for the Dodgers. This is just the 28th game for the Dodgers, so playing in all but 3 games for them as he swings and foul tips the first one into the glove of Colton Shaver. Carpenter delivers the 0-1. That one swung and fouled straight back. Way out in front of that one was Smith. Smith batting .250 on the season. Looking obviously to improve upon that number as he awaits the 0-2. And he swings and misses. And he didn't look particularly good on that one. That pitch was way out of the strike zone. And he waved at it. So down on 3 pitches is Brandon Smith. That's the second strikeout out of the ball game for Carpenter, and back-to-back strikeouts as well. Carpenter delivers first pitch to Johnny Stevenson up high for a ball. And he's working fairly quickly here, gets the ball back, and will deliver the 1-0. That one swung on and missed by the Dodger catcher. Stevenson joining the Dodgers partway through the year. This is his 7th game with the club, or 7th appearance. He's been with the club a little bit longer than that, but making his 7th appearance as he fouls back the 1-1. Carpenter this year at Texas Tech made 4 starts, appearing in 8 total games, and pitched just 15 1/3 innings pitched, and accumulated an ERA of 7.63. So he can definitely be hit. Dodgers just need to focus in. As the 1-2 pitch swung on and missed, and 3 straight strikeouts for the Grays pitcher. And that will bring Chad Bible to the plate.
Cal State Fullerton, number 31, Chad Bible.
And the Dodgers, as a team, strike out quite often as Bible swings and misses at the first pitch. As a matter of fact, they strike out the second most, second only to the DC Grays. So both these teams here tonight don't put the ball in play as much as you would like, as Bible takes the 0-1 pitch outside. but the Grays have yet to strike out here in this ball game. 1-1. And we're just through an inning and a half, so still plenty of time for that as the 1-1 pitch missed outside. The right-handed hitting Bible awaits the 2-1 from Carpenter. He swings and misses, and I'll even the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. That pitch up around the letters, and Bible chased it. 2-2 on the way. That one catches the outside corner for strike 3. And Carpenter strikes out the side. That's his 4th strikeout of the ball game. We're through with 2 innings. The Dodgers still in a hole. They trail 6-0. You're listening to Baltimore Dodgers baseball. DC Grays coming to the plate in the top half of the 3rd inning with a 6-0 lead. 6 runs on 2 hits and an error for the Grays. No runs, no hits, 2 errors for the Dodgers. Have to check who was credited with that second error, possibly Bernstein on the first batter of the game. Otherwise, I'm not 100% sure where it came from. The other one, the one I'm sure of, is Brandon Smith, who pulled Bernstein off the bag on the ground ball by Harrison Bruce. And Drew Reed, the first batter to the plate, takes the pitch up and away for a ball. He swings and slaps one into right field. Matashevsky going back. He'll get under it and make the catch. That hit not all that different from the hit that he had in the first inning for the double, as he just kind of poked that out to right field. But that time it was a little closer to Matashevsky and a little higher in the air as well. As I said, not that double not hit particularly hard, but he just placed it right down there, down the right field line, this time hitting it right to the right fielder, Matashevsky. And the next batter coming to the plate, Kiefer Rawlings, takes in there for a strike. And more clouds starting to make their way in. We saw quite a bit of sun not too long ago. Now we're starting to see some more clouds, so we'll see what happens there as the 0-1 pitch is swung on a hit in the air to center field. Baumberger will drift under it and make the catch. Two straight fly ball outs, and Lamar Briggs coming to the plate. Briggs walked in his first plate appearance. Marcus delivers. That one catches the outside corner for a strike. Jamarcus, after throwing 38 pitches in the first inning, threw just 8 last inning, and retired the first 2 batters of this inning on just 4 pitches. The 0-1 pitch, that one in there as well for a strike. Briggs, silent defiance on that call as well. Is seeing quite a bit of that from both sides. Less silent on the Dodgers side, however, as the 0-2 is swung on a hit in the air to left field, going over his Bible, and he reaches up and makes the catch as he goes stumbling towards the line. And 3 fly ball outs to retire the Grays in order. And getting out of that inning with just 7 pitches thrown was Jamarcus George. And the Dodgers coming up now in the bottom of the 3rd. They still trail 6-0. You're listening to Baltimore Dodgers baseball. Ben Baumberger, Jake Bernstein, and Evan Mendoza
Community College, number 15, Ben
are coming to the plate.
Baumberger.
Baumberger, right-handed hitter. The center fielder will await the first pitch from Quinn Carpenter. Here it comes. Catches the inside corner. That's what I thought. The delayed call there by Rob Sargent, the home plate umpire. Baumberger in his 23rd game for the Dodgers. Just 14 hits in 75 at-bats. which is good for a 187 batting average. So trying desperately to get above that Mendoza line is Dodger center fielder. 0-1 taken up high, evening the count at a ball and a strike. Bomberger out of Hartford Junior College. He had a pretty good year for them this year. As the 2-0 pitch on the way, swung on and missed. I believe I just took a quick glance at the scoreboard. The count is ball and 2 strikes, as that was a 1-1 pitch. And the next pitch swung on, hit on the ground, moving over and getting it is Caputo. The off-balance throw, and he gets Bomberger at first base. Nice play there by Caputo. As he had to range up the middle, and he had to make that throw from the shortstop side of second base. And he's able to get the speedy Bomberger.
The second baseman from Georgetown, number 1, Jake Bernstein.
Jake Bernstein now coming to the plate. Bernstein has had his best games against these DC Grays. He waits the first pitch, swung on and hit hard on the ground to Caputo at second. And Caputo picks that one up, makes the easy throw to first base, and 1 pitch to retire Bernstein, and that'll bring Evan Mendoza to the plate. 2 straight ground balls to the second baseman, Caputo.
A shortstop from NC State, number 8, Evan Mendoza.
Mendoza hit a chopper into the hole at short, which was fielded there by Rawlings. And Rawlings threw high and over the first baseman Sinnon's head. Mendoza takes the first pitch down low for a ball. He reached on that play. It was ruled an error. Mendoza swings and hits one into right field for a base hit. Mendoza will round first base. He's going to second. Up with it is Bruce. He'll make the throw into second base, and that's not in time. And Mendoza gets in standing with a 2-out double, the first hit of the ball game for the Dodgers. And that will bring Colin Dyer to the plate.
The designated hitter from Towson University, number 29, Colin Dyer.
Dyer in his first time up walked from Ellicott City, right down the road here in Maryland. First pitch to him. Misses the outside corner. Maybe some of that chirping from the Dodger dugout is being helpful, as that pitch seemed to be about the same spot that the strike was called on Metashevsky. So 1-0 now. That one missing the outside corner as well. 2 balls and no strikes on the Dodger designated hitter. Dyer was eliminated from the base paths on the Metashevsky double play in the first inning. That killed a potential rally for the Dodgers. 2-0 pitch swung on and hit on the ground to third base. Up with it is Rawlings, and he's going to run and tag Mendoza. And going to sleep on that was Evan Mendoza, as you got to make the third baseman throw that ball across the diamond. Instead, Mendoza ran right to Rawlings, who made the easy tag play to retire the side. And the Dodgers go down. We're through 3 innings. Dodgers still trail 6-0. You're listening to Baltimore Dodgers baseball. DC Grays coming to bat in the top half of the 4th inning with a 6-0 lead over the Baltimore Dodgers.
Baseman from Seton Hall, number 4,
Mike Caputo coming to the plate. Caputo singled to right in his first time up, driving in a runner. First pitch to him. Missing a little bit low, I believe. The 1-0, that one swung on and fouled straight back. Caputo has He recorded his very first hit in 8 plate appearances against the Dodgers in his first at bat. So 1 for 8 on the year as he swings at the 1-1, hits it in the air to center field. Bomberger going over, Medashevsky also going over, but Bomberger will make the call and the catch for out number 1. So that's 4 straight fly ball outs. So technically, if you want to go back to the second inning, that's 5 straight fly ball outs, even though the 2 in the second inning were pop-ups to second baseman Jake Bernstein. That'll bring Brian Bacor to the plate. Bacor batted 2 times in the first, went 1 for 1 and walked. Also drove in a run with that walk. He swings at the first pitch and hits that out of play. So no balls and 1 strike to the Grays right-handed hitting center fielder. And George will deliver the 0-1 pitch. That was a off-speed pitch that missed badly. George having to go to his mouth there as that must have slipped out of his hand. Moisten up the fingers, get a better grip on that ball. 1-1 pitch. Swung on a hit in the air down the right field line. That's foul, and it's going to get down over there by the bullpen of the Grays. So Jamarcus now up in the count, a ball and 2 strikes. Grays with 6 runs on 2 hits. Dodgers no runs on 1 hit. George will wind and deliver the 1-2, a breaking ball. That one just misses. Must have been a little bit high because it looked like it caught the corner from up here. So now 2-2 the count on Bacor, and he swings and fouls one off at the plate. And that'll keep the count right where it's at 2 balls and 2 strikes. A lot of other action taking place in the Cal Ripken League today, as there's a couple doubleheaders that got underway before this ball game did. One of them is final. The Giants over the Herndon Braves by a score of 4-2. As taking just missing was Jamarcus George, and I'll run the count of 3 balls and 2 strikes, and sounded like Coach Brown. I can't tell you who it was, but Coach Brown not happy with that call. And getting a warning from home plate umpire Rob Sargent. Now stepping out of the box is Bacor. And maybe I still see Coach Brown down there, but the home plate umpire Rob Sargent writing something down. As maybe he ejected someone from the Dodgers dugout. It certainly wasn't a grand gesture if he did. 3-2 pitch on the way to Bacor. That one missing the outside corner, and Bacor will take his place down at first base with his second walk of the ball game. And that is the 5th walk surrendered by Jamarcus George. That'll bring Harrison Bruce to the plate. Bruce grounded out twice. He's grounded twice. Once to third. He reached on the fielder's choice when Brandon Smith had the throwing error at second base, and then he grounded out to Jamarcus George. Both of those at-bats were in the first inning. 0 for 2 on the day. He takes the first pitch outside. Runner at first base is Bacor. He is a threat to run. So 1-0 pitch, I guess, nicks Bruce, and he'll go down to first base. Didn't look like much of anything. And now asking for a new ball for some reason is the home plate umpire, Rob Sargent. Not really sure why he wanted a new ball, as that ball maybe touched the arm or something of
First baseman
Bruce. It
Old
barely
Miss,
touched him.
number 14,
You could just kind of hear a little bit of a tick before it hit the glove of Stevenson, so I'm not really sure what that was about. But now runners at first and second. And one away, and Kurt Sinnen standing in, takes the first pitch up high for a ball. George will deliver the 1-0, that one in the dirt. And now out to speak with his pitcher is Coach Derek Brown. We'll see Ben Colancini warming up down the left field bullpen for the Dodgers. Colancini certainly takes his batting practice seriously, although he's not in the cage. Pitchers are generally tasked with shagging fly balls, and Colancini definitely enjoys that, as he made an outstanding diving catch out in center field today. Laid out full Superman to make the catch. It was something worthy of an ESPN highlight. Too bad we don't have it on video. This is a fantastic play, and it was just batting practice. I talked to him after he made the play. It is now back for play. 2-0 pitches fouled back by Sinnen. I talked to him after he made the catch. I asked him if he was okay. He said, "Yeah, I'm fine." He said, shagging fly balls is fun. Sometimes it gets boring just pitching out of the bullpen. So, as you can imagine, those bullpen guys, they have to keep themselves loose. They never know when they're going to be called upon, and sometimes they don't pitch for 2-3 days at a time. And a turn and a look back at Bakor. Bakor getting back to second base. Bakor, the runner at second, he walked. Bruce, the runner at first, he was hit by a pitch. 2-1 pitch on the way to Sinnen in the dirt, and blocked there by Stevenson. And 3 balls and a strike to count on Sinnen. Sinnen 0 for 1 on the day. He grounded to the second baseman Bernstein and had a sacrifice bunt. 3-1 pitch. That one catches the outside corner. That'll even count at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Jamarcus looking to work his way back here from 3-1 down. He'll set and deliver. That one's fouled off over by the parking lot. Sinnen played in 21 games for ODU this year, batted .171. Sharp contrast to what he's doing here, batting .352 coming into the ball game. As the 3-2 pitch is in the dirt, and the 6th walk of the game surrendered by Jamarcus George. Everybody moving up. Brian Bakor to third, Harrison Bruce to second, Kurt Sinnen taking his place at first base. And here comes Derek Brown to get his lefty as he loads the bases with just 1 away. He's going to get Ben Colancini to come in and try and clean things up, as Jamarcus George just did not have it tonight, walking 6 batters in 3 1/3 innings. So just not a good day here for Jamarcus. We'll see if Ben can come in and clean this stuff up when we come back. You're listening to Baltimore Dodgers baseball.
From BYU, number 44.
Colton Shaver coming to the plate to face off against Ben Colancini. Colancini, right-handed pitcher from Freehold, New Jersey. Will inherit 3 base runners that were put there by Jamarcus George. First pitch on the way to Shaver. Catches the outside corner for a strike. Concini will set and check the runner at third base, Bakor, and deliver in the dirt. Blocked there by Stevenson, and it rolled away a little bit, but able to keep Bakor at third base. So bases loaded with just one away in the top of the fourth inning. Dodgers trail the Grays by a score of 6-0. All 6 runs were scored in the first. The 0-1 on the way. I'm sorry, the 1-1 on the way to Shaver, and he fouls that off at the plate. Got to stop looking at the scoreboard. As a little bit behind is the scoreboard operator. As the count is now a ball and 2 strikes. Shavers mentioned earlier was in the college home run derby, and the Grays would certainly like to see one of those here and push that lead to 10-0. Dodgers, of course, looking for a ground ball. Concini delivers the 1-2. That one in the dirt and blocked by Stevenson. So it'll run the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Shaver has hit in a 1 double play this year. Not the fleetest of foot, so ground ball at somebody should be able to get the job done as the 2-2 pitch on the way. Swung on, hit hard into center field. Baumberger coming over, and he's going to dive and can't make the catch. Coming in to score is Bakor rounding second base, and the throw to the plate is not in time to get Bruce. And Colton Shaver delivering a 2-run single, pushing the Grays lead to 8-0. Kurt Sinnen held at second base.
And pitcher from Texas Tech University, number 35, Quinn Carpenter.
Quinn Carpenter coming to the plate. Carpenter is 0 for 1, popped out to Bernstein and walked. The 1-2, the first pitch to him outside for a ball. I'm just gonna block my eyesight from the the scoreboard. I keep glancing up at it. That time it hadn't been cleared. The 1-0 pitch on the way to Carpenter. Swung on a hit deep into left center field. Going back is Bible, and he is going to make the catch in the gap. And retreating back to second base and is Kurt Sinnen. Colton Shaver was still at first base, and Quinn Carpenter was all the way out at second. So if that ball got down, the DC Grays would have been in trouble because Quinn Carpenter was all the way at second base when that ball was caught. Carpenter had passed Colton Shaver at first base and was almost ready to pass Sinnen at second. So you gotta wonder what he was thinking there, because that would have been a big problem had that ball not been caught. But it was, and it is now 2 away, and Drew Reed coming to the plate. And he fouls back the first pitch to him. So no balls and a strike to the Grays shortstop. And Reed, with something in his eye, asks for time, and it's granted. Steps out. Able to wipe it out of his eye as the 0-1 pitch is delivered outside. That'll even account at a ball and a strike. Well, runners at first and second with 2 away. Dodgers trail 8-0. The Grays threatening. So 1-1 pitch misses the outside corner. Coach Brown asking Rob Sargent if that was outside. He nods the affirmative. And the 2-1 swung on, hit on the ground to third. And getting the short hop is Brandon Smith, and taking the easy one at third base and retiring Kurt Sinnen on the 3 unassisted. That's going to do it for the Grays. Colancini comes in but does give up that 2-run single, and that allows the Grays to take a 8-0 lead. We're coming back for the bottom of the 4th. You're listening to Baltimore Dodgers Baseball. Mike Metashevsky, Brennan Williams, and Brandon Smith set to face off against Quinn Carpenter.
Right fielder
And
from Eastern Michigan.
A lot of work to do for the Dodgers.
Michael Metashevsky.
They trail 8-0 with just 5 innings left to go in this ball, or I'm sorry, with 6 innings left to go here in this ball game. First pitch to Metashevsky, that one way outside. Metashevsky grounded to the second baseman Caputo, starting the 4-6-3 double play in his last time up. Mike taking his time, looking down third base. And the 1-0 pitch on the way to him. That one missing down low. Dodgers, with just the 1 hit in the ball game, have been struggling in these last couple games to get the hits. As Metashevsky fouls the 2-0 pitch out of play. Metashevsky with the most pop on the ball club. Has a decent average, just under 300. But definitely more looking for extra base hits as he pops this one into foul territory. Nice diving try by Bruce out there on the warning track. That ball was in the glove and popped out on contact with the ground. And let's hope that Metashevsky can make them pay for that one. This is a fantastic effort there by Bruce, and he almost made that catch. So Metashevsky with a second life and a 2-2 count. That couldn't have felt too good, as the warning track out here is dirt. It's not gravel. We've been down on it. It's actually like a white dirt, almost like a white sand type of thing. But doing full belly flop on it still can't feel too good. But I'm sure it would have felt better if he'd have made the catch. But if they can retire Metashevsky here, I'm sure he'll be just fine with it. Was the 2-2 pitch on the way, and a swing and a miss. Trying to hold up was Metashevsky, and unable to do so was the big right fielder. That's the
first baseman
5th
from Eastern
strikeout.
Michigan University, number 27, Brennan Williams.
And that'll bring Brennan Williams to the plate. Williams, just like his predecessor out of Eastern Michigan, takes the first pitch down low for a ball. Williams, left-handed hitter, awaits the 1-0. And that one taken down low for balls. 2 balls and no strikes to count on Williams. Williams getting the majority of his starts for the Dodgers at first base. Hits a chopper to the first baseman, Sinnen, who has a bit of trouble with it, but picks it up and steps on first base to retire Williams. And 2 away, with Brandon Smith now coming to the plate.
The third baseman from the University of Maryland, number 6, Brandon Smith.
Brandon Smith will be attending the University of Maryland next year. Played at Harvard Junior College this past season. He takes the first pitch in the dirt for a ball. In 2014, They were region champs. It's the 1-0 pitch. Misses down low. Smith in his first at bat was a strikeout victim. Getting a new baseball is Quentin Carpenter, and standing behind the mound, rubbing it up, trying to get himself a good grip on it to deliver this 2-0 pitch. And that one swung on and hit in the air to foul territory on the third base side. Rawlings under it, calling for it, making the catch, and the Dodgers go down in order in the fourth. No runs, no hits, and nobody left at the end of 4 innings. It's the DC Grays 8, the Dodgers nothing. You're listening to Baltimore Dodgers baseball. Dodgers trail 8-0 as the Grays come to bat in the top of the 5th.
The third baseman from Bucknell University, number 18, Keith Rawlings.
Kiefer Rawlings coming to the plate, 0 for 1, flew out to center field and walked. Scored a run back in the first. Rawlings, right-handed hitter. Valancini, right-handed pitcher, will deliver. One missing up and in. Final line score for Jamarcus George. 3 1/3 innings pitched, 2 hits, 8 runs, just 2 of them earned, but he walked 6 batters, so not a good day control-wise for Jamarcus. The 1-0 pitch swung on and fouled back into the seats, and then over behind the Grays dugout. Valancini looks in, gets his sign, and he'll deliver from the windup 1-1. That swung on and fouled out of play on the right side, so fouling off a couple pitches there. As Rawlings, a couple tough pitches. That one a fastball in the inside corner. Rawlings, as a senior in high school, was an all-state football player as well as baseball player. Chose to play baseball as he asks for time, and Valancini will have to stop his windup. 1-2 pitch to Rawlings is on the way. That one in the dirt and getting past Stevenson, but no matter, as Rawlings did not swing at that one. So it'll just even the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Some clouds in the area, but nothing too bad. The clouds are dark, but also fairly broken up, so nothing solid as the 2-2 pitch is fouled back. Good job fighting that one off, and Rawlings actually let go of his bat and went all the way to the backstop. So he looks at his hands. But not, guess maybe feeling the batting gloves not tight enough or something. Didn't go to get any extra pine tar or anything. So the count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. And the 2-2 delivery on its way. Swung on, and that one fouled back as well. So Rawlings fighting off a few pitches of Ben Valancini's to stay in this count or stay in this at bat. Valancini will deliver the 2-2 again. That one will miss outside. That'll run the count at full, 3-2. Around the rest of the league, as I mentioned earlier, the Giants beat the Braves 4-2. The Express ahead of the Redbirds in the bottom of the fifth, 2-1. The Giants in the second game of their doubleheader ahead 2-1 in the top of the third as Rawlings fouls back another one. Keep the count right where it's at. The Cal Ripken League All-Star game coming up in just a little bit. It takes place on June the 15th. So only 6 days as time is called at the plate. Colin Cheney look a disappointment there. Now he's got his sign and he'll deliver. Swung on and fouled back again. So this will be a 9-pitch at bat at the very least, as Rawlings making Colin Cheney work for it. Fouling back quite a few pitches. He actually hasn't taken a strike in this at bat. All strikes were foul balls. 3-2 pitch again on the way. Swung on and hit in the air. Foul territory, and that's going to get out of play as well. So now we're talking about a double-digit pitch at bat. Get to see who comes out on top. Colin Cheney's been pounding him in. A couple times he's gone away. A couple times he's gone away. Rawlings is able to reach for it and just poke it foul. Dodgers infield it straight away, outfield straight away as well. On the right-handed hitting Rawlings, 3-2 pitch. Breaking ball, that one fouled off. And that almost got somebody over there in the Dodgers dugout. So we're talking about now an 11-pitch at bat for Rawlings. And the real battle here is Rawlings keeps fouling them off the other way. So the 3-2 just misses. And that, not sure where. That must have been high. Rawlings down to first base with the walk.
The left fielder from Jackson State, number 7, Lamar Briggs.
And that brings Lamar Briggs to the plate. Briggs is 0 for 1. He walked back in the first. First pitch to him. That one gets in there for a strike. The runner on first, a leadoff walk after an 11-pitch at bat. Runner is Keith Rawlings, and he's going to go. That pitch outside and low. Throw down to second base is high and not in time. Rawlings into second base with his second steal or third steal of the season. He has yet to be caught. And now Briggs with a runner in scoring position with nobody out. And a 1-1 count, looking to increase that Grays lead to 9-0. Breaking ball missing the inside corner. And Briggs ahead in the count, 2 balls and 1 strike. Rawlings at second base walked and stole second. Briggs, the batter, and time called at the plate. Briggs, I guess, feeling Colin Cheney taking too long to deliver the pitch. Now Colin Cheney will set. And he'll deliver. Ball swung on and foul tipped into the glove of Johnny Stevenson. Now coming out to wipe off home plate. Seemed to be a trivial move there, is just dragging the game along. Is home plate umpire Rob Sargent. He took 1 swipe at the plate, and that was it. The 2-2. That one missing outside. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Briggs. This is the first appearance by Colin Cheney against the Grays this year in their 4 ball games. 3-2 pitch, swung on and missed, strike 3. Down goes Lamar Briggs, and 1 away in the top of the 5th.
The second baseman from Seton Hall, number 4, Mike Caputo.
Mike Caputo coming to the plate, 1 for 2. Singled in a run his first at bat back in the first inning and flew out to center field. Colin Cheney will set and check the runner at second base and deliver. Swung on, hit deep into left field. That's going to get down. That's going to be extra bases. Coming in from second base and scoring is Rawlings into second base with an RBI double is Mike Caputo. That's his second RBI of the game. And his 6th RBI on the season.
Fielder from Washington College, number 8, Brian Bacor.
Brian Bacor now stepping in. Bacor 1 for 1. He scored twice. Been on base via the walk 2 times as well. First pitch to him, swung on and fouled off at the plate. Now, running out to give a baseball to the pitcher is the home plate umpire. All right, second base is Mike Caputo. He's doubled. Drove in a run, just 1 away. Brian Bacor at the plate. 9-0 ball game. DC Grays ahead of the Baltimore Dodgers, and the 0-1 pitch well outside. As I mentioned, the All-Star game, the Cal Ripken League All-Star game taking place July the 15th down in Bethesda. The 1-1 pitch misses outside and low. Game starts at 7:30. Povich Field in Bethesda. Admission is $5 for ages 8 and up. 1-1 pitch, swung on, hit in the air to right field. Metashevsky going over. He'll get under it and make the catch. Runner tags, but he's not going anywhere. It's a strong throw into Mendoza. And 2 away in the top of the 5th inning.
The right fielder, number 20, Harrison.
Hot and humid, mostly humid ball game here tonight as the current temperature in the mid-80s. Just sitting up here calling the game, I'm starting to sweat. Can't imagine what the guys on the field are thinking of as the first pitch to the new batter, Harrison Bruce, is in the dirt and gets away from Stevenson. Moving up 90 feet is Mike Caputo. That ought to be some of the best played baseball that we've seen. This is good as just the best of the best, as that is what an all-star game is, obviously. The 1-0 pitch fouled off at the plate. You have to imagine a few Dodgers certainly worthy. Mike Metashevsky, Evan Mendoza. Throw my hat into the ring for Harold Miles, who's pitched a couple gems recently. Possibly Brennan Williams, leading the team is hitting coming into the game. He's set by Colin Cheney, and the 1-1 pitch misses outside. So that ball just didn't seem to break back in far enough. So runner at third base and 2 away, 2-1 pitch. So I'm going to hit in the air into foul territory down the left field line. Going back is Brandon Smith. He's not going to be able to get there, so we'll make the count 2 balls and 2 strikes. Bruce 0 for 2 grounded to third. Reached on a fielder's choice. Grounded to the pitcher, Jamarcus George, and was hit by a pitch. Bruce, a left-handed hitter. Waits the 2-2. That one misses. And 3-2 on the right fielder. The red sky out in dead center field as the sun almost fully setting a protection hack there by Bruce, as I guess not wanting to get hit again, as that ball was definitely going to hit him, but he fouled it off. And he hit that almost into the Grays dugout. Runner at third base is Mike Caputo. He singled, or I'm sorry, correction, he doubled. 3-2 pitch, swung on and fouled off at the plate by Bruce. Keep the count where it's at, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Dodgers gave up 6 runs in the first. All of them were unearned. And the score stayed 6-0 until the top of the fourth, when Jamarcus George just lost his control, walked a few batters, hit one, and the Grays were able to push another couple across. They have another one in this inning, but they won't get any more as Bruce hits a ground ball to the second baseman Bernstein. He's up with it. He makes the throw to first for out number 3. The Grays get another run on 1 hit, and they leave a runner 90 feet away. At the end of 4.5, it's the Grays 9, the Dodgers nothing. You're listening to Baltimore Dodgers baseball. Johnny Stevenson, Chad Bible, Ben Baumberger, the batters for the Dodgers, at least scheduled
from Claflin, number 30,
to
Johnny
take
Stevenson
their spot in the batter's box against the right-hander Carpenter. Carpenter making his second appearance, second start against the Dodgers. He was the starting pitcher in that 12-inning ball game that the Dodgers won. He pitched a hell of a ball game in that one, surrendering just the 1 earned run in 6 2/3 innings. Having another outstanding ball game here. Johnny Stevenson fouls back the first pitch. The 0-1 on the way to the Dodger catcher. That one missing outside. Ball and a strike to Johnny Stevenson. He'll await the 1-1. That one, an foul tip. He wanting to hold off and not able to, and actually getting a piece of it was Stevenson. Stevenson from Chicago, Illinois. 1-2 pitch on the inside corner for strike 3. And the 6th strikeout of the game for Carpenter. Stevenson not happy with that. A little frustrated as he goes back to the dugout.
The left fielder from Cal State Fullerton.
And that will bring Chad Bible to the plate. Bible was a strikeout victim his last time up. The first pitch to him missing low. Bible out of Cal State Fullerton. It's a right-handed hitter. Stands in with a slightly open stance. And the 1-0 pitch swung on and missed. He was late on. He was late on that one. The 1-1 pitch. That one misses low. The Chad now ahead in the count, 2 balls and a strike. The 2-1 on the way. That one swung on and missed. Carpenter, before arriving at Texas Tech, played 2 years at Iowa Western Community College. And he'll deliver the 2-2, and Bible will foul that one back. Carpenter was drafted in the 17th round by the Toronto Blue Jays in the 2014 MLB entry draft. He was the 504th overall player. He was an honorable mention All-American in JUCO as Bible swings and misses. And back-to-back strikeouts for Carpenter. Carpenter rated the 103rd junior college prospect back in 2014. Actually losing about 20 spots from the year before, as he was ranked 84th in 2013. But he did improve after 2014. He's been drafted twice, as a matter of fact. Ben Bomberger now at the plate. First pitch misses, goes back to the backstop. In 2012, he was drafted in the 27th round by the Boston Red Sox and proved that, of course, previously mentioned, drafted in the 17th round and looking to improve his draft stock even further. Certainly having himself quite a game here as the 1-0 pitch to Bomberger misses outside for a ball. The 2-0. One catches the inside corner. 2 balls and a strike to the Dodger center fielder. This is just his 3rd start for Carpenter. Delivers the 2-1 that misses. Pitching 9, coming into the game, 9 2/3. Giving up giving up 7 earned runs in that 9 2/3. Good for a 6.51 ERA. Again, can certainly be hit as Bomberger fouls back the 3-1 pitch, and they'll even the count, or run the count full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. 3-2 pitch on the way. That swung on and fouled off. Out of play on the first base side as well. Bomberger fighting to not become the 8th strikeout victim for Carpenter. So we get another clean of the plate. Outfield shaded slightly the other way on Bomberger as a 3-2 pitch to him on the way. That one in the dirt, and Bomberger will take his place at first base on the 2-out walk. That is the 2nd walk of the game surrendered by Carpenter. And that'll bring Jake Bernstein to the plate for his second at bat.
Second baseman from Georgetown University, number 1, Jake Bernstein.
I tried to mention the last time Jake was up, he's done pretty well against the Grays. First pitch to him in the dirt and gets past Shaver down to second base. Goes Bomberger on the wild pitch. Bernstein, 4 out of 10 with 2 walks, and he's stolen a couple bases against the Grays. So looking to keep that up here. Another base hit for Bernstein. He'll probably score Bomberger from second. The outfield somewhat deep on Bernstein as he fouls back the 1-0. Some throwing going on down the left field line in the in the Dodger bullpen. This is the 1-1 pitch inside and gets away from the catcher. Catcher Shaver. Down to third base now goes Bomberger. That'll be an interesting call. We'll have to see what the official scorer calls that one. I'm going to call it a pass ball for right now. It might end up a wild pitch. Shaver was set up on the outside corner, reached way in to get it, but the ball was still in the air. He probably could have caught it with a normal effort. But 2-1 to count on the Dodgers second baseman. He fouls that one off. And it'll even count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Now a base hit will definitely score a run from third base. Any hit will do. Infield single. Even a wild pitch or a passed ball. But it must be a single. Must be a hit. Has to reach. Even a strikeout that gets past the catcher Shaver would score a run here and break that scoreless streak that the Dodgers are on offensively. Bernstein fouls back the other 2-2 pitch. We'll keep it where it's at. Carpenter stepping off and taking a swipe of the rubber to clean it off a little bit as he delivers the 2-2 again. And that one fouled back by Bernstein. So, fighting, staying alive is the Dodgers second baseman. Bernstein attending Georgetown. And the 2-2 in the dirt. I'll run the count full. He'll be a sophomore this year out of Frederick, Maryland. Infield is deep. Just don't want any base hits to get by them. 3-2 pitch on the way. So I'm going to hit on the ground up the middle. Caputo up with it. He'll make the throw to first, and that will do it for the Dodgers in the bottom of the 5th. We're through with 5. The Dodgers are not looking good as they trail 9-0 to the DC Grays. You're listening to Baltimore Dodgers baseball. Dodgers trailing the DC Grays 9-0 as we head to the top of the 6th inning.
From Old Dominion University, number 14, Kurt Sinnen.
Kurt Sinnen coming to the plate. Sinnen 0 for 1. He's walked and also had a sacrifice bunt. First pitch delivered to him by Ben Colancini, who's out for his 3rd inning of work. Is up high for a ball. The 1-0. That one missing as well. Two balls and no strikes to the left-handed hitting Sinnen. That one misses, I guess, a little bit high. Now 3 balls and no strikes to the Grays first baseman. Here it comes. That one missing upstairs as well, and a leadoff walk for the 2nd straight inning. Sinnen will move down to first base.
The catcher from BYU, number 44,
Colton Shaver now coming to the plate. And a pinch runner coming into the game. That is number 41, Scott Sanders, will take the place of Kurt Sinnen at first base. Shaver now taking his spot in the box. Shaver 1 for 2, drove in a couple runs his last time up. And the first pitch to him will miss. 1 ball, no strike, the count on the cleanup hitter for the Grays. That one in the dirt, and down to second base goes Sanders. The throw is high, and unable to hold it was Bernstein. So I think looks like that'll go down as a wild pitch. That ball was in the dirt, and then Sanders took off. Certainly hope he's not stealing with a 9-0 lead in the top of the 6th, but you never know. Sometimes those pinch runners get in there and after sitting all day just want to do something. The 2-0 pitch hits the outside corner. Colancini delivers, and a ball hit on the ground up the middle. Mendoza over with it. He'll make the throw to first base to get Shaver. And over to third base is Sanders. They're running at third base with just 1 away. And Quentin Carpenter coming to the plate.
Hitter and pitcher from Texas Tech University, number 35, Quinn Carpenter.
An interesting thing, they have Carpenter listed as designated hitter / pitcher, as you might have heard from PA announcer Keith Henry, as the first pitch to him catches the outside corner. That was that wide strike that we saw earlier in the game. He's listed as designated hitter and pitcher. So if he were to leave the game, is he still going to be considered designated hitter is my question. Or is that even possible, as the 0-1 pitch, a breaking ball getting away from Colancini, going over the back of Carpenter and all the way to the backstop. Coming in to score on the wild pitch is Sanders. Body language from Colancini not at all positive, as down 10-0 and missing a pitch like that is just kind of dejecting, as the 1-1 is fouled out of play. Especially when you're trailing 10-0 and have only given up 4 hits in the ballgame. That is particularly frustrating to everyone involved. It's not an easy thing to watch, certainly, and just 8 walks in the ballgame, 6 surrendered by the starter George, and now 2 by Colancini, and wild pitches and just sloppy baseball, to say the least, as the 1-2 pitch is fouled off at the plate. And it just doesn't help matters. That it just seems like these at-bats are dragging along. Guys are fouling off pitches and not putting them in play. 1-2 pitch on the way. Swung on a hit in the air to left center field. Bible going over. Bomberger going over. Bomberger making the call at the last minute. Bible getting out of the way. Bomberger makes the catch for out number 2. And that'll bring Drew Reed to the plate. Drew Reed 1 for 3.
The shortstop from Harvard, number 2, Drew.
He doubled
Reed.
a run in back in the first inning. And then he's been retired twice. The first pitch from Colancini to Reed is swung on and fouled back at the plate. It should have been expected long at bats for these two ball clubs, as the DC Grays walk more than any team in the Cal Ripken League this year. As the 0-1 pitch swung on a hit into the gap in left center field. Bible coming over and makes a nice running catch for out number 3. And that's going to do it for the Grays, but they do push another run across and lead 10-0. And the Dodgers coming to bat in the bottom of the 6th. And again, a lot of work to do. You're listening to Baltimore Dodgers baseball. Top of the order for the Dodgers, trying to break this 10-0 lead. At least push some runs across the board, get some momentum for games going forward. As they've been shut out for now 3.5 straight ball games. So they really need to get something going here with Mendoza leading it off and fouling off the first pitch. To finish my thought, at the end of the last inning, the Grays have walked more than any team in the Cal Ripken League this year. To make matters worse, the Dodgers have walked the second most batters in the Cal Ripken League. As Mendoza fouls off the 0-1 pitch. The team that's walked the most batters, the DC Grays. So, I don't know. It just seems... it's just kind of a recipe for a long ball game, and especially being down 10-0 can't make it feel any better. The 0-2 pitch is fouled off. The 0-2 pitch on the way to Mendoza. Swung on and hit over the head of Carpenter, but there to pick it up is Reed, and he'll make the throw to first for the out. Sounded like that broke the bat of Mendoza. And staying in at first base is Scott Sanders.
The designated hitter from Towson University, number 29.
I'm going to bring Colin Dyer to the plate. Dyer in the ball game 0 for 1. First pitch to him, swung on and fouled into the glove of the catcher, Shaver. Dyer, his last time up, had a ground ball to third with Evan Mendoza at second base. Mendoza ran right into the third baseman, who easily made the tag for out number 3. That was back in the third inning. The check swing at the 0-1 pitch misses. The check swing doesn't miss, the pitch misses. That'll bring the count at a ball and a strike. Carpenter winds and delivers. That one catches the plate. Now a ball and 2 strikes on the Dodger designated hitter. Here it comes. That one missing the inside corner. And it runs the count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Dyer, as a freshman at Towson, hit .308. That was a couple seasons ago. He takes the 2-2 pitch outside for a ball and runs the count full at 3-2. And 3-2 pitch gets the inside corner. Dyer goes down looking. He thought it was ball 4 as he was on his way to first base. And the continuing disagreement of the strike zone from the Dodgers. And that'll bring Metashevsky to the plate. Metashevsky was a strikeout victim earlier in this ballgame. He swings and fouls back the first pitch. So no balls and a strike to the Dodger right fielder. And the 0-1 pitch. That one misses a little bit low. Manischewski, when at Eastern Michigan, this time spikes the 1-1 foul. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Speaking with assistant coach Eric Roof at Eastern Michigan, one of the things that he would like Mike to work on, he's a big swinger. Likes to go for the big hit, and that's actually evidenced by something talking to him today. See, check swing and peel down to first base. He didn't go around. It's 2-2 on Mike. Is talking to him today, he said if he had his choice, he'd rather go 250 and hit a bunch of extra base hits than have a high batting average. Is ground ball to Carpenter, who grabs it and takes it to first base himself, and that's going to do it for the Dodgers. They go down in order again, and we're heading to the top of the 7th. They trail 10-0. You're listening to Baltimore Dodgers baseball. New hitter coming to the plate to start off the 7th inning for the Grays. Number 24, Taylor King. Taylor King out of Memphis University. Keeper Rawlings now out of the ball game.
For the DC Grays, number 24 from the University of Memphis, Taylor King.
Something that the Grays have done all season long against the Dodgers, and that's make a lot of substitutions as King takes the first pitch in there for a strike. The 0-1 to King, and breaking ball missing outside. King previously, before Memphis, played at Northwest Mississippi. In high school, he's an all-state as a junior. And his father actually was a pitcher for the Memphis Tigers. 1-1 pitch missing outside. In 2014, King was named the Player of the Month of April at Northwest Mississippi. He takes the 2-1 pitch outside, well outside. 3 balls and a strike to King. King awaits the 3-1, and that one finds the inside corner for a strike. King is a right-handed hitter. Now has a full count. See, he's appeared in 3. This is now the 3rd game as he tries to check his swing, can't hold it up. He goes down on strikes. That is the first strikeout of the game for any Dodgers pitcher. So that just kind of tells you how things have been going for the Dodgers. Just 1 strikeout
The left fielder from Jackson
for a Dodgers
State,
pitcher.
Number 7, Lamar Briggs.
Against a team that strikes out the most in the Cal Ripken League. So the first strikeout of the game for any Dodgers pitcher against a team that has struck out more than any other team in the Cal Ripken League. So just not a good night for Dodgers pitching. Or hitting, for that matter, as Lamar Briggs stands in and takes a pitch on the outside corner for a strike. Colancini will deliver the 0-1. That one swung on a hit in the air deep to right field. Manischewski going back. He'll make the catch for out number 2. And Briggs is retired for the 3rd time tonight. Correction, that is the 2nd strikeout. I missed one. Lamar Briggs struck out back in the 5th. But still, the 2nd strikeout of a team that has struck out 225 times in their previous 29 games. So Yeah, not an impressive night all around for the Dodgers. Mike Caputo now coming to the plate. That one finding the strike zone. 0-1 to the second baseman for the Grays. 0-1 pitch. That one misses up and away. Dodgers fielders straight away. No wind at the moment as the flags in center field are just draped around the flagpole out there. 1-1 pitch. Swung on a hit on the ground, foul over towards the Dodgers bullpen. And over there, warming up a little bit earlier, was Eli Ginsberg, throwing to catcher Chad Hamill. Why do I keep doing that? Christian Hamill. The 1-2 pitch on the way to Caputo. That's a breaking ball that misses up and in. Caputo from Seton Hall played in 31 ball games, started just 13. Drove in 6 runs. Now has 8 on the season for the Grays. And he didn't have any extra base hits this year for Seton Hall as he fouls back the 2-2 pitch. He has one in this ball game as he drove in Kiefer Rawlings back in the 5th with a double. 2 balls, 2 strikes to count on Caputo. Colancini looking to get out of this inning. Or not get out of it, but just retire the side in order. As a ground ball to Brandon Smith. He's up with it, makes the throw to first, and he's able to get the Grays down in order without any problems whatsoever. So we're going to go to the bottom of the 7th. The Dodgers still trail 10-0. You're listening to Baltimore Dodgers baseball. The 4, 5, 6 hitters coming to the plate for the Dodgers on the bottom of the 7th. They'll face off against Quinn Carpenter out for his 7th inning of work. Just 85 pitches through 6 innings for Carpenter. Williams 0 for 2. The strikeout and a ground ball to first. First pitch to him will catch the inside corner at the knees for a strike. A couple of people throwing down in the left field bullpen for the Grays. I don't see a catcher down there, so it might just be a little bit of light throwing. As the 0-1 pitch is taken on the outside corner. Oh, no balls and 2 strikes, the count to Williams. And that pitch swung on and missed and blocked by Shaver. And he'll make the tag for out number 1. That is the 9th strikeout of the ball game for Quinn Carpenter.
The third baseman from the University of Maryland, number 6, Brandon Smith.
Brandon Smith coming to the plate. Carpenter coming into the game, as I mentioned, pitching just 2 previous ball games with just 13 strikeouts. That is his 9th of the ball game tonight. First pitch to Brandon Smith, up and away for a ball. The 1-0. Swung on a hit in the air to center field. Coming in is Bakor, and he's going to make the call and the catch. As going out was Caputo. And let me see here. That is the first put out by a Grays outfielder this year, or this evening. Johnny Stevenson coming to the plate. In fact, the only other ball put out into the outfield for the Grays, against the Grays for the Dodgers. Stevenson fouls back the first pitch to him. The only other ball put out into the outfield was the double by Mendoza in the 3rd inning. 0-1 pitch on the way to Stevenson. That one well short and outside. Nice job of picking that one out of the dirt by Shaver. And a ball and a strike to the Dodger catcher. One. That one missing low. So 2 balls and a strike on Johnny Stevenson. And he'll swing and foul that one off into the glove of Shaver, leaving the count of 2 balls and 2 strikes. And Carpenter delivers the 2-2. That one way outside. Pounds his glove as he realized that one got away from him. The throwing has stopped down in the right field bullpen, so I think Carpenter will be coming out for the next inning of work as well, as a ball hit over the second baseman's head. Coming in, making a diving, sliding catch is Bruce in right field, and that's going to do it for the Dodgers. They go down in order again for the 4th time tonight. And we're going to go to the top of the 8th inning with the Dodgers still trailing 10-0. You're listening to Baltimore Dodgers baseball. New pitcher for the Dodgers, Aaron Vedotti, coming in to replace Ben Colancini. Colancini went 3 2/3 innings, gave up 2 runs on a hit, walked 2 and struck out 2. And Vedotti, a right-handed pitcher, coming into just his 2nd ball game of the year for the Dodgers. Pitched 4 innings in an 11-1 loss against the Aces. Gave up 3 earned runs, 4 runs total in that ball game. And he'll face the top of the order for the Grays. As Brian Bacor steps in and takes the first pitch in there for a strike. Vedotti will deliver the 0-1 and foul that one back out of play. Bacor 1 for 2. No, correction. I apologize. The second error that I mentioned that was put up on the board, I checked with the scorekeeper. The second error was given to Jake Bernstein on the first batter of the game, which was Brian Bacor. So that will not be a hit. That's an E4. So he's 0 for 2. He's walked twice and scored twice. He's down 0-2. And the 0-2 pitch swung and hit foul and over towards the fence. Brandon Smith over. He makes a leap but can't get there. A couple changes to make you aware of. In at second base for the Dodgers is Nico Porter. And Raul Shaw comes into short, pardon me. Don't know where they're going to be hitting in the order, but we'll find that out when they come up to bat. They'll probably be just straight switches, which will put Porter batting ninth and Shaw batting first. As a swing and a miss gets away from Stevenson. He hustles over to get the ball, makes a throw to first base to record the strikeout. A good job there by Stevenson as the 0-2 pitch was in the dirt and got away from him a little bit. He was able to scamper to his left, get the ball, make a strong throw to retire Brian Bacor. That'll bring Harrison Bruce to the plate. Bruce is 0 for 3. Reached on a fielder's choice and was hit by a pitch. And he scored both times he was on base. Takes the first pitch in there for a strike. Now some warming up happening down in the right field bullpen for the Grays. The 0-1 pitch in the dirt. The pitcher warming up down there is Bailey Spence. They say he's warming up because he actually has a catcher down there, and they're protecting the catcher with another player standing there. The 1-1 pitch swung on, hit on the ground to second. Nico Porter up with it, has to make a strong throw to first base, and he gets Bruce, who was running hard. As the grass here at Joe Cannon Stadium in the infield, it looked somewhat long when I came in today. I walked on it a little bit, and it didn't seem as long as it looked, but that ball just absolutely died in that grass, so it is probably long. This next batter coming to the plate is Sanders, Scott Sanders, who came in to pinch run for Kurt Sinnen. He swings and misses at the first pitch. No balls and 1 strike to the first baseman. But Dottie will wind, and another swing and a miss. No balls and 2 strikes now.
The first baseman, number 41 from southeastern Louisiana, Scott Sanders.
So 0-2 to the right-handed Sanders. Stepping off is Vedati. Vedati is a left-handed pitcher. I said he was a right-handed pitcher. That was my mistake, and a swing and a miss by Sanders, and down he goes. Vedati coming in and getting the Grays to go down in order. No runs, no hits, and nobody left. The Dodgers coming to bat in the bottom of the 8th inning, needing to score 10 runs to keep in this ball game. It's 10-0. You're listening to Baltimore Dodgers baseball. Chad Bible, Ben Baumberger, and
from Cal State Fullerton, number 31,
either Raul Shaw or Nico Porter coming to the plate. It won't be Jake Bernstein, as we saw Nico Porter was out at second base last inning defensively. So we'll see if Nico takes the spot of Bernstein, or Raul Shaw, who came out defensively, will take that spot. We'll find out here in a minute. His first pitch to Bible is taken inside. New pitcher for the Grays delivers a strike. The right-handed pitcher, Bailey Spence. He's working rather quickly. He delivers the 1-1 pitch, and that's fouled back. Ball and 2 strikes to Bible. Spence works from the first base side of the rubber, throws an off-speed pitch that's up and in. We're on the count even, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Bible 0 for 2. He struck out a couple of times. And the delivery to him swung on and fouled back. So we'll keep the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Trey Smith bringing out some new baseballs to the home plate umpire, Rob Sargent. And that'll give us a chance to look around the league a little bit. The Redbirds trail the Express in the bottom of the 8th. The Braves trail the Giants in the bottom of the 6th. The Riverdogs fall to the T-Bolts 5-2. That game has concluded as Chad Bible swings and foul tips it into the glove of Sargent. Bible for the 3rd time tonight. Down on strikes. That'll bring Ben Baumberger to the plate. He'll swing at the first pitch and hit it on the ground to third. Up with it is up with it is Taylor King, and he'll make the throw to first for the out. King came in to pinch hit for Rawlings back in the 7th and stayed in at third base.
Hitting for Jake Bernstein, number 36, Nico Porter.
Nico Porter takes the first pitch for a ball, as Porter is coming in for Bernstein straight up in that same spot in the order as well as the same spot in the field. Takes the 1-0 on the outside corner, evening count at a ball and a strike. And he'll swing and hit one into right field. Coming on and making another diving catch is Bruce. That's 2 innings in a row. Bruce comes in and makes a diving catch to retire the Dodgers. So it's not for lack of effort in these last couple innings for the Dodgers. And a bit of conversation between Porter and the home plate umpire, as maybe he threw his bat. I didn't get to see that. But Bruce in right field coming in and making another diving catch. Dodgers go down in order. They trail 10-0. You're listening to Baltimore Dodgers baseball. Coming to the plate, Colton Shaver.
The catcher from BYU, number 44, Colton Shaver.
He'll lead off the top of the 9th. But a quick confusion there as they've already made a substitution. As an earlier question is answered, as Shaver hits one on the ground. Up with it is Porter. He'll make the throw. First base to retire the catcher. And that will bring new batter to the plate. As answering my previous question, was Carpenter able to stay in the game as a hitter after he left as a pitcher? The answer is no, he is not. So number 19, Aaron Inman, is coming in to bat for the pitcher Bailey Spence. So Spence was inserted into that spot when he came in to pitch. The first pitch to Inman hit up the middle. Porter making a nice play behind second base. The throw to first gets him at first base. Fantastic play there by Nico Porter as he grabbed the ball behind the second base bag and seemed to slip as he tried to plant his foot, but he made a strong throw to first base to get Inman, and 2 away in the top of the 9th. And continuing my thought, number 5, Bailey Spence, was in the game. He did take the place of Quinn Carpenter in the batting order, and so they had to pinch hit for him here, and that's how Inman got into the game. And the first pitch on the way to the pinch hitter Jackson Kramer out of Lafayette College is in there for a strike. Kramer in for Drew Reed. The 0-1 pitch swung on and fouled back. As I said, the Grays like to use a lot of ball players when they play the Dodgers. As just going through and looking at all the ball games they played, they used at least 11, 12, 13 players in each ball game. So a lot of substitutions on the DC Grays squad. The 0-2 pitch on the way, and that one's fouled back. Kramer now playing in his 24th ball game, batting just over 200. Has struck out 7 times. He fouls back the 0-2 again. So we'll keep it right there. No balls and 2 strikes. The Dottie winds and delivers. That one just missing high. I thought that was going to be strikeout number 8 for Kramer. The 0-2. Swung on a hit on a line to center field for a base hit. Jackson Kramer on at first base with 2 away. That's just the 5th hit of the ball game for the Grays. And now Taylor King.
Third baseman from the University of Memphis, number 24, Taylor King.
King coming in to collect his 2nd at-bat of the ball game. He was a strikeout victim back in the 7th. Swings at the first pitch and hits a chopper to third base. Brandon Smith up with it, makes the throw across the diamond for out number 3. And despite giving up that 2-out single, Padotti's able to get out of it and send the Dodgers to the plate, trailing 10-0. You're listening to Baltimore Dodgers baseball. New pitcher for the DC Grays coming on to close it out in the bottom of the 9th inning. Number 21, Will Korosek, from Stevenson Institute of Technology. Big right-handed pitcher looking to retire the Dodgers before they put up a ton of runs, because Dodgers trailing. Well, if you look at the scoreboard, it says 19-0. Somebody is falling asleep at the scoreboard. Currently, the scoreboard reads 19-0 as it had. There, it's changed. And it's still incorrect as it reads 11-0. They have the Grays scoring 1 in the 8th, which they did not. And now it's fixed. So we're good to go on the scoreboard. Raul Shah coming to the plate. He went in for Mendoza a couple innings ago defensively. He's a right-handed hitter against the right-handed Korosek. And first pitch to him is outside.
Mendoza, number 14, Raul Shah.
The set and the 1-0. That one misses down low. 2 balls and no strikes to the Dodgers shortstop. Swung on a hit in the air into foul territory. The first baseman, Sanders, over. He'll make the catch for out number 1. And I'll bring Colin Dyer to the plate. Just a quick this day in baseball history. In 1991, today in baseball, Cal Ripken Jr., the namesake of this Cal Ripken League, won the MVP for the MLB All-Star Game the day after winning the Home Run Derby. So a great day for Baltimore sports and for Cal himself. A fantastic day back in 1991 in Major League Baseball history. As Colin Dyer fouls back the first pitch. No balls and 1 strike to him, and he takes the 0-1 pitch up and away, evening the count at a ball and a strike. Dyer has been on base twice, but walked once and reached on a fielder's choice. Though while technically on base, it was the last out of the inning, so he didn't actually get to stay at first base. But he's 0 for 2. He takes the 1-1 down low. The set and the delivery, the 2-1 pitch, swung on and fouled in the air. Room over there for Sanders, and he'll make the catch. 2 straight foul pops to the first baseman, Sanders. And Dodgers quickly down to their final out. Mike Metashevsky coming to the plate, looking to start a new hit streak. He has not yet done it today. So he's grounded to second, struck out, and grounded out to the pitcher.
The right fielder from Eastern Michigan, number 21, Michael Metashevsky.
And the first pitch to him, swung on a hit in the air to center field. Bakor going back, and that's going to get over his head for extra bases. Metashevsky rounding first. He'll cruise into second base with a 2-out double. So the Dodgers with 2 hits and 2 doubles on the ball game. So if those are the hits you're going to get, those are the hits that you want. Metashevsky starting a new hit streak, and so did Mendoza, as Mendoza was the other hit for the Dodgers. Both of those players likely participants in the All-Star game that's going to be taking place down in Bethesda on July the 15th. Certainly encourage you to go down and pay the $5 entry fee if you're over the age of 7. Brennan Williams now coming to the plate. Take the first pitch in there for a strike. And if you're 7 or under, feel free to ask your parents to drive you to Bethesda. Now, that even counts. If you're out in California or Michigan, just hop on a plane, and that $5 ticket then becomes, a few $100. But you get to come see some good baseball, and couple of your Dodger players out there at the All-Star game in Bethesda. Brennan Smith takes a 0-1 pitch down in the dirt. And evens count at a ball and a strike. Medashevsky's the runner at second base. He doubled with 2 away. See if Brennan can get him in and break this scoreless streak the Dodgers have going. As without that, it's going to be 4 consecutive ball games without a run scored for the Dodgers. He takes up high. He's ahead in the count. 2 balls and a strike. 2-1 pitch on the way. That one in the dirt and blocked inadvertently by Shaver as he tried to pick that one. I think it hit his leg and popped over and rolled down the first baseline a little bit. Medashevsky holding his ground at second base. Not wanting to make the third out at third base, especially considering we need so many base runners on a 10-run, 2-out rally, is not something you see every day, but love to see it here. The 3-1 pitch, is up and away. And Dodgers now with 2 runners in scoring position. Not that they've had very many opportunities, but the Dodgers are 0 for 2.
Number 6, Brandon Smith.
0 for 3 with runners in scoring position today. Brandon Smith now standing in. He'll swing at the first pitch and chop it to the first base. Sanders, he'll pick it up and take it to the bag himself. And that is how this game ends. 3 outs recorded by Scott Sanders, the first baseman. The Dodgers fall to the DC Grays by a score of 10-0. We'll be back after this to wrap it up. You're listening to Baltimore Dodgers Baseball. And back here at Joe Cannon Stadium, the site of a devastating loss to the DC Grays, and evening up and tying finally for the season series 2-2, as that is the 4th and final game we will be playing against the DC Grays. So each team wins a couple, splitting at each other's ballparks. Just not a good game overall for the Dodgers as they lose this one by a score of 10-0. They can only collect 2 hits. And as a matter of fact, they only gave up 5, but the pitching just erratic and just unable to get the job done. A lot of wild pitches, a lot of walks, and just bad all around for the Dodgers. How the game went down, the leadoff hitter of the ballgame hit a little looper over towards the second baseman, Bernstein. Bernstein kind of let it hit and get an in-between hop, knocked it down, and was unable to throw the runner out at first base. And it just kind of went downhill from there as the next batter hit a chopper to the third baseman, Brandon Smith. Brandon Smith threw to second base wide, pulling Bernstein off the bag at second base. Then a sacrifice bunt by Kurt Sinnen and a sac fly by Colton Shaver. A walk to Quinn Carpenter and a double by Drew Reed. Drove in a couple. Kiefer Rawlings then walked, and Lamar Briggs walked in a run. Single by Mike Caputo drove one in, and a walk by Brian Bacor also drove in a run. So 6 runs scored in the first inning for the Grays, and that was all they would need, but they would add a pair in the 4th after the 5th walk of the game by Jamarcus George. Brian Bacor again on via the walk. He had walked back as in his second at bat in the first inning. He walked and came around to score on a double by Colton Shaver. And then they added another couple, 1 run in the 5th, 1 run in the 6th. That's where we get to the 10-0 score line. The game did start with a little bit of rain, and certainly I think everybody now wishing that rain would have kept up, because it just was not a good ball game all around for the Dodgers. The Dodgers will fall to 9-19. The Grays improve to 12-18. That's taking a look at the rest of the league. Actually, before I get to that, Jamarcus George falls to 1-1 on the season. He went 3 1/3 innings, giving up 8 runs, but just 2 of them were earned. And then Quinn Carpenter moves to 1-1 on the season. So kind of a tale of 2 different 1-1s there, as Jamarcus George getting the loss, Quinn Carpenter getting the victory. Around the rest of the league, the first game of a doubleheader, as you've heard before, the Giants defeated the Braves down in Herndon by a score of 4-2. The second ball game there is currently in the bottom of the seventh, and that is tied. The Braves are actually the home team in that ball game, or the visiting team, I apologize, in that ball game. The Express fall to the Redbirds 6-5, and the T-Bolts beat the River Dogs by a score of 5-2. The Big Train and the Aces was canceled, and there's no score. No, it's there actually. It doesn't say final. It just says 5 p.m. The River Dogs ahead of the T-Bolts. So I'm not really sure how that one came up, but it says 5 p.m. River Dogs 3, T-Bolts 2. So that game is also final. All those things, certainly nothing good for the Dodgers there as they lose this ball game. They were already 4 games out of the wild card with this loss, and with the Braves losing, they stay 4 games out. The Aces were rained out, so we actually lose a game on the Aces because the Aces did not play tonight. So we're actually now 4.5 behind the Aces. We're still 5 behind the Braves, and we'll see what happens with the Braves' second ball game, whether or not we lose any ground there as well. So not a great night, just all around. So it's going to be difficult going the rest of the way for the Dodgers. They're going to have to make up 5 ball games basically in their last 12. They've got 12 games left. This was game number 28. We play 40 games. So there's 12 ball games to make up 5 games, and they've got 3 teams to jump. So it's going to be a very difficult thing to do, a very difficult task for the Dodgers. So the upcoming schedule for Baltimore, the next game is tomorrow at the Braves, so we have a chance to pick up a game there, which would be nice. And then we have a pair at home on the weekend, Saturday and Sunday, against the T-Bolts and the Giants. So if you're in the area, come on down and watch us. Don't forget that the All-Star game is July the 15th, Povich Field down in Bethesda. That game will start at 7:30. You're going to see at least a couple Dodgers. I would say Mendoza and Medashevsky definitely getting in. Harold Miles, I think, has a good shot. He's put together a few outstanding pitching performances. Always follow us on Twitter. We're at BeMoreDodgers. You can go on there. We put up highlights on our YouTube page. You can get the links to those. You can get old games. If you missed a game and want to hear the game, you're welcome to hear those. Those are on our YouTube page as well. And if you're on our Twitter feed, you will get those updates every time something is posted. Also, like us on Facebook and just keep in touch with all Dodgers players. And if it's your family, your friends, or you're just a big fan of the Dodgers, go there, check us out, follow us on Twitter, and we'll be happy to have you. So just one more time, the final score here, 10-0. The Dodgers fall to the DC Grays. On behalf of our partner Planet Fitness and all Dodgers players, coaches, management, and staff, I'm Rob Stadnick. Thank you for listening to Baltimore Dodgers Baseball.